Right now at 5, a technical mishap. What's causing several Minnesota counties to drop some DWI cases?
And the Brewers heading into Game 1 of the NLCS. A live look at American Family Field with the News 8 sports team.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. Winona County is dropping some DWI cases.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live in Winona to explain. Grace.
Nearly 40 DWI cases in Winona County will be thrown out after an error was found with a breathalyzer machine. The sheriff's office says a dry gas cylinder was incorrectly installed into a machine at the county jail. The cylinder was meant for a preliminary breath test, which is used by officers to find probable cause for an arrest. 46 tests were given between June 14th and September 20th. Sheriff Ron Ganrud says charges and convictions from 39 of those will be dropped.
I think we could have argued that we stopped the person and the officer had probable cause to believe they were under the influence. But because of the circumstances, the attorneys are making their determination on the best way to proceed.
Ganrud says from now on, only 2 people will be allowed to change the cylinder to prevent future mistakes. Errors were also found in 4 other Minnesota counties. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is calling for a statewide inspection of all machines. In Winona, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Well, many Wisconsin families have to pay a high price to access fertility treatments.
News 8 Now's Allison Ferget explains a new bill that's looking to change that. Allison.
The Wisconsin Building Families Act would require insurers to cover fertility treatments, and Wisconsin women say it would be a huge help to families across the state. Ariana Diamond has been struggling with infertility since 2019.
I have dealt with all the hormones with fertility treatments.
She says the process can take an emotional toll.
It's easy to want to fall into this kind of dark hole when you're faced with, like bad news after bad news.
Diamond says the cost for treatment can add up fast, adding another obstacle in the journey. Luckily, her husband's employer offers a fertility benefit that helps pay for treatments.
I am very blessed, but I could not imagine being able to pay out of pocket for any of that.
But that kind of insurance coverage is rare in Wisconsin.
I would say that we personally have at least probably $75,000 invested into our IVF journey.
Bridget Sanford says her treatments were worth every penny, but she and her husband had to sacrifice to afford them.
We cashed out our savings. We borrowed and kind of from our Roth IRA accounts.
A new state bill aims to ease the burden of fertility treatments on Wisconsin families.
I believe that reproductive freedom is about being able to choose when and if you have a family, when it works for you. And finances shouldn't get in the way of it. Other medical conditions shouldn't get in the way of it.
Eau Claire Representative Jody Emerson authored the Wisconsin Building Families Act. It requires health plans to cover fertility treatment and fertility preservation services.
This would mean that health insurance companies can't exclude certain procedures like egg retrieval, hormone treatments.
Emerson says she would be open to compromising with insurance companies in order to get the legislation passed. And Sanford, now a mom to 3, says even a little insurance coverage would go a long way.
It could be a lot better if insurances did cover. It would need to be all of it, just even some. Something would be nice.
Currently, 22 states and D.C. have passed fertility insurance laws. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Allison. A GoFundMe is raising money for the family of a La Crosse librarian. Medora Nelson Ferris was a children's librarian at the La Crosse Public Library. She died after a hit-and-run incident in late September. The link to donate is posted on our website. Supporters have already raised over $10,000 so far. LCPD confirming today that 18-year-old David Resto is charged in the case. The criminal complaint says Resto crashed into her car after driving at excessive speed and not stopping at a stop sign.
UWL has a packed day of events scheduled for Indigenous Peoples Day. Various activities are planned, and they began with trolley tours and a lacrosse tournament this morning. It'll finish up with a keynote address at 7:30 tonight. Other highlights of the day include vendors, educational programs, and a free community dinner with live entertainment.
We have been inundated with Western culture our entire lives, so this is a way for us to share so you can have a better understanding of who we are as well.
This is the first year UWL is hosting the Indigenous Peoples Day evening program. It's a large collaboration between 17 different community groups.
Construction on Highway 35 is underway, but it will remain open to traffic. Governor Evers has recently signed a $9.5 million contract to reconstruct Highway 35 between La Crosse and Vernon County. Preliminary work begins today, with the highway reconstruction expected to be completed in November of 2026.
Well, I really enjoyed that early morning rain we had. It was a nice way to sleep in a little longer, but once it was done, that sunshine was out, Greg.
Yeah, kind of like we had last weekend. We had systems each night have given us some rainfall. This one gave us a little bit less than the previous one, but going forward, we got really an active week coming up, more like October-like conditions too. But for today, we still got up into the 60s, even 70s, because the cooler air didn't really arrive. It kind of stayed back to the west. So you see these temperatures overall with a little bit of sun and starting off warmer, mid to upper 60s for a lot of locations, even a few 70s out there, much cooler as you go back further north and west where they were cooler overnight. So this evening, not expecting anything, just a few clouds out there, 48 degrees, pretty typical temperatures. Light northwest winds, been kind of breezy off and on today. It should begin to decrease after sunset. Similar story for La Crosse, getting back down to 53 with that north wind also beginning to decrease a little bit. Now overall, there's your current conditions right now we got going on, fairly nice. Precipitation, not a lot with the event, but we did have a little bit going on there. And big picture is we're tracking that area that I got circled down there. That is our next disturbance coming up that will provide more rain, and we'll break that down a bit further. And we got more, but we also got maybe a 70 in the forecast, more 70s too towards the end of the week. So.
All right. Well, we'll get those details in a bit. Thanks, Greg. Well, the Brewers are in the championship series in the postseason for just the 4th time in franchise history. They're set to take on the Dodgers tonight for Game 1. Our own Jacob Lenzendorf and Kate Overton join us from American Family Field in Milwaukee with a look at tonight's matchup.
It is exciting here. People are really fired up as the foot traffic's starting to pick up a little bit around here. More fans filing in. That's right, Kate. As batting practices going on the field right now for getting ready for the Brewers and the Dodgers in Game 1 of the NLCS. And while the Brewers come in as the 1 seed, they had the most wins in the regular season. They beat the Dodgers 6 times, Kate, but they're still the underdog in this one. Kind of crazy, right?
I know. Don't be surprised. I know Brewer fans, don't get your hopes up. It was a regular season sweep, 6 games to 0, but this Dodgers lineup filled with all-stars up and down the lineup. They've got a lot of guys with big game experience. I mean, they're the defending World Series champions for a reason, and they're going to give it their all. And especially in these first 2 games in Milwaukee to try to steal home field advantage.
Absolutely. And Caleb Durbin, one of the players on the Brewer team that they don't make as much money, but they still fight just as hard. Here's him on being the underdog in this series.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of been the narrative all year long. So it's not really anything new. Since, opening day, that's kind of been the idea. But I think we really just worry about ourselves, and that's why we've kind of been able to click throughout the entire year. Is just, it's not really about who's on the other side, it's about us. Obviously the Dodgers have a really good team over there, but it's no different this series.
And I think the Brewers would be preferring to be the underdog in this one. Not as much expectations and things of that nature, but it should be an interesting game tonight.
I mean, they've been going by average Joes, or that's what they've been deemed. But starting pitcher for the Dodgers, Blake Snell, he said a few days ago that he knows this team isn't a bunch of average Joes, and he knows that he has to be ready on the mound because this Brewers team is going to come to hit the ball.
Absolutely. On the other side, it's going to be Aaron Ashby, who gets the ball in the start for Milwaukee, and you'll see a lot of these tonight. More yellow rally towels as this place is going to be loud, guys. But we'll have a report coming up later in 6 and off the top of the show and in sports. But, guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen. Coming up next, hostages have been released following the ceasefire in the Middle East. What's next for Gaza?
And the government shutdown entering day 13, when the Senate will vote on the next spending bill. Right after this.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, a documentary about ending homelessness screens in La Crosse. We'll talk with the filmmakers and a local expert about some proven solutions that are working across the country.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination. Because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. we have sunrooms, we have kitchens, we have bathrooms, we have flooring, we have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
From sunup to sundown, Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning has been servicing our Cooley region for 60 years. Whether you are in La Crosse, Onalaska, West Salem, Holman, La Crescent, and now open in Blair, take comfort your heating and cooling needs are met with our trusted staff, longevity, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Be ready this fall and call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning for your furnace clean and check today. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local train dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Plus, cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
After 2 years of war, the remaining living Israeli hostages are now back in Israel, and the fighting in Gaza has stopped as part of a peace plan brokered in large part by President Trump and his administration.
President Trump delivered remarks in Israel today, then traveled to Egypt for a global summit on the future of the Palestinian territory. Erica Brown has the latest.
Emotional reunions filled with tears, excitement, and relief as the released Israeli hostages embrace their families after more than 2 years in Hamas captivity. President Trump, who helped broker the peace plan, addressed Israel's parliament Monday, receiving a standing ovation, and called the moment the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
As part of the deal, nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were returned to the West Bank and Gaza, greeted by crowds of supporters. Then in Egypt, President Trump led a ceremonial signing of the agreement, which also calls for a surge of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Leaders from more than 20 nations joined President Trump for a summit to discuss the next phases of the peace deal, but representatives from Israel and Hamas did not attend.
For the people of Gaza, the focus now must be on restoring the basics of a good life. We're going to have a lot of money coming into Gaza and a lot of rebuilding and building. It's not so much rebuilding, it's really building.
Other major hurdles ahead include who will govern Gaza and disarming Hamas. But today, many are celebrating reunions with loved ones and the step toward peace. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The Israeli military said it was escorting the remains of 4 of the remaining 28 deceased hostages back to Israel. It's unclear when the others will be released.
The U.S. government shutdown is in its 13th day with no end in sight. More than 4,000 federal workers were sent termination notices last week. In Congress, the shutdown is at a stalemate over health care. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson says the shutdown needs to end before negotiations can start.
Cannot snap my fingers and go in a back room with Chuck Schumer and say, oh, here's the magic fix for it. It's not how it's going to work.
The Senate is expected to vote for the 8th time to reopen the government tomorrow, but the House remains in recess. We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have rain returning once again back this week, and it will actually impact some activities during the daytime. So we'll time out the rain chances, how much we'll get, and what those temperatures look like throughout the week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I'll give you 10 grand for it, and that's a great deal.
It's easy to take a bad deal when you don't know what you have.
$25,000 is a great personal injury settlement.
Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
At Larson Keeney Home Services, we protect your biggest investment. That starts with a roof built to last, the ultimate roofing solution. Our gutter shutter system means no clogs, no cleaning, and no more ladders. And with the ultimate attic solution, you'll save money on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable. One team, one call. So if you're thinking about gutters, roofing, or insulation, think Larson Keeney Home Services, Wisconsin's best contractor experience.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension of sight and sound, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the sofa up ahead. Your next stop, the comfort zone.
Fast, free financing available. Don't need financing? Ask about our cash discount.
Come to Wesco and find yourself in the comfort zone and tell them Peyton sent you.
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
Now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on everything. Trust Menards to have everything you need to get ahead this fall season. Rakes, cleanup bags, blowers, and more. Shop Menards' selection of fall cleanup products today. Help prepare your lawn for winter dormancy and a healthy spring with premium fall lawn food fertilizer. A 17-pound bag covers up to 5,000 square feet. Just $9.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have rain this weekend, and like the last week and even last night, it really was mostly at night. We didn't see much during the daytime, but that is going to change this week. So you are going to see some impact to the rain, too. And right now, overall, it doesn't look like much right now, but there's a disturbance pretty much over Nebraska, the Central Plains. That's going to begin to lift north towards our area. That is where we're going to see a lot of light rain. More clouds, really. A lot of clouds for the next couple days and sunshine and cooler temps, but then rain will be another chance coming later in the week. So much more active pattern, and we could use some rain too. But for tonight, it's not going to be staying dry. Pretty much seasonal conditions, maybe a little bit milder than usual, but overall increasing cloud cover, mid-40s with that wind of the northeast. Now, going into tomorrow's temperatures, we're going to have a lot more clouds, so expect them to be much cooler too. So a good drop in most of the temperatures. In fact, remember, some of these areas were near 70, so you're going back down to the low 60s. So a 10-degree drop here, more mid to upper 50s. This overall is closer to average, maybe a degree or two below. Shower chance is going to be there, and we'll kind of time it out. It's a little bit of question mark of how much precipitation we'll get during the day, because a lot of this may not reach the ground. But overall the day, the early trend is if you're north of I-94, you may see a few light showers throughout the day. If you're further south, as you can see towards the morning, you'll probably not have a little bit of sunshine potentially, and then more clouds throughout the day, but probably staying dry. And you see overall by the noon hour, we still got by 2 a little bit of shower activity up here, very light, otherwise just cloud cover with a northeast wind continuing. And then we'll start seeing it become more widespread rainfall as we go throughout the night. So expect showers and then more steadier rain for areas further north of I-90, and it'll gradually increase in coverage throughout the evening. So overall, evening activities could be okay. It's going to be further on that we'll probably see a lot more rainfall. Further north you go, the evening activities probably will be impacted by this light rain. Now, this will continue overnight, so steady light rain, but then you see a decreasing trend. So once we get towards the morning commute, areas north of probably I-90 are going to start drying out. We'll see some scattered showers off and on throughout the morning hours south of I-90, but very light activity. Cloud cover persists The good news is we might see a little bit of partial clearing in the afternoon for some of the areas further north. Otherwise, cloud cover will persist. Now, rainfall amounts, this is actually going to be fairly good, widespread rainfall. A lot of areas further along this stretch, just north of I-90, could pick up at least about a ½ inch, maybe 3/4. Further south you go, maybe around 1/4. So off and on, good amounts of rain coming through the time period. Now, Wednesday, you're expecting temperatures to stay cool, and they are going to stay cool with a lot of cloud cover, maybe a degree or two cooler than Tuesday, upper 50s. We'll see a little bit of sun, and then we have another chance of rain, but it doesn't really come back in until we get to Thursday morning as a warm front reaches our area. You can see it right there beginning. So that could impact the morning commute, or at least morning time frame. This will continue throughout the daytime, but Thursday evening will probably clear out a little bit as the winds turn around to the south. The good news with that wind direction and clearing out is by the time we get to Friday, we're going to be quite warm ahead of a cold front. Thursday's highs potentially getting 70 close, but then as we go throughout the 8-day forecast, look at the mid-70s on Friday. So it's going to be quite a warm day before the front comes through. Cold front some point Friday night, early Saturday, bringing our temperatures back down, and showers Friday night into early Saturday. So much more active pattern, a lot of rain chances, and a lot of this now will come during the day. We've been fairly lucky. It's been mostly at night, but that's going to change here.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Yep.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Some armadillos got a spooky treat.
A Halloween creepy crawly crunch comes early at a Rhode Island zoo.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Help your pup feel their best with water therapy at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our heated pool is perfect for recovery, mobility, and gentle exercise. Book your dog's splash session today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A couple of armadillos got into the Halloween spirit over in Rhode Island.
They sure did. The armadillos got to chow down on some bug-filled pumpkins. The zoo wrote on X, our armadillos had a real gourd time carving into their pumpkin enrichment filled with buggy treats. Look at them go. A gourd time, yes.
Very clever, Rhode Island Zoo.
Okay.
Well done.
I wouldn't expect to see armadillos in a Rhode Island Zoo, though.
No, not at all.
No.
Or the fixation with pumpkins. I didn't know that's what they like to enjoy.
Yeah,
Maybe that's just a vehicle
bug-filled.
for the bugs.
Yeah, the bugs.
But maybe it tries the pumpkin as well to get a little taste.
Oh, yeah. There's some good vitamins in that
I still
pumpkin.
haven't gotten my pumpkins. I'm not into the Halloween spirit yet.
I did. I'm not carving mine, though. I just like to leave it as is because it lasts longer. It lasts longer
Good
for
point.
sure. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
This October, Maxwell White and the Lacrosse Hunger Task Force are hosting our annual food drive. Donate at least 6 items when we visit, and we'll donate $15 on your behalf, plus give you $15 off any service that day. Schedule today.
Have you seen the new expansion at Sportsland inside Ace of La Crosse? Now there's more of what you need for hunting and fishing, gear, clothing, and equipment all in one place. With quality products, great prices, and expert advice, you'll find it all at Sportsland at Ace of La Crosse.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like men's full blue denim jeans, $12.99. Get a free $30 gift card with every $150 men's or women's Ariat purchase. New Carhartt Rugged Flex colored denim, $69.99. Plus, we offer Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Thanks to Congressman Derek Van Orden, everything is a lot more expensive right now. Not only did he support all the tariffs that are hiking prices on everyday essentials from groceries to school supplies, he also voted to raise healthcare costs by cutting Medicaid. Meanwhile, families are trying to stretch every dollar to pay their bills. And now Republicans in Congress shut down the government, causing economic chaos. Call Derek Van Orden and tell him to stop raising costs on Wisconsin families.
Carpets to Go is your low-cost value flooring store, and extra savings are happening now. Warm up your home with carpets starting at just $167 a square foot. Pet and kid-friendly laminate flooring starting at only $349 a square foot. And for a limited time, 12 months interest-free financing. Hurry in because deals like this won't last. And don't miss the biggest offer. Carpet squares starting at just $1 each. Carpets to Go, your value flooring store. Stop in today and take advantage of our low prices.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
At Sportsland at Ace of La Crosse.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to go get some myself.
Sportsland at Ace of La Crosse, your one-stop shop for all your hunting and fishing needs. Stop in today.
Do your drains scare you? Bring them back to life with Maxwell White. Get a $99 mainline drain opening, including a camera inspection, and let our highly trained professionals banish the monsters that lurk in your pipes. Call or schedule online.
All right, rain's going to be returning late in the day tomorrow and then through Tuesday night, so prepare for some wet evening conditions going on.
All right, those dry weeks look to be long gone.
Coming to an end.
At least this week.
All right, thanks for joining us at 5.
We'll see you back at 6.